Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So, I think I've done reading for you before, but I like to remind you this is not an exact science. So sometimes you're going to stretch it outside the box. If it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. It's his ball game. He can do anything he wants to within reason. He knows best what you need to hear. So we're going to talk to your dad today. He says, he's kind of matter of fact, like, hello, beautiful child. He's not being sarcastic or snippy or anything. He's just, hello, beautiful child. How are you today? Oh, but I know how you are. I can hear you. you he says there's something that you think about a lot, but you kind of flip flop back and forth, back and forth. I can do it. No, I can't. I want to do it. No, I don't. Think I can try harder, but I don't want to. Gosh, could be anything. Let me see if I can get him to something that will move you forward in your life. But he's showing you as like digging your heels in and like I'm not calling you a donkey, but it's kind of like pulling a donkey along, and they get their legs out like this and they go, no, I'm not going to do it. So whatever it is, and you may not even realize you're doing it. He's not even saying what area of your life yet, anyway. Um, you may not even realize you're doing it. You're putting the brakes on it yourself. You're putting the brakes on, and I feel like the way he's the way he's showing it that um, it's more like subconsciously you're putting the brakes on, and he's like, hey, yeah, he's showing like it's underground, and he's bringing it up above the ground. It's like it's in you, but you may not realize that you're putting your own brakes on. We all do it. We all do it with stuff. He says you need to poke your head above ground and look out there at the big bad world. Now he's showing you need binoculars. You need to take a better look at it. You need to take a better look at what's out there. You're kind of staying in your safe little spot, digging your heels in. So, okay, he says, so just stop and think about just, he wants you to realize you're doing it. So I don't know if he's talking about your education that you ask about. He says, yes, 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 yes. It's definitely worth the time and the effort. Well, I don't know if he said yes because that's what he's talking about, or yes, he's answering the question now. Yes, 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 it's worth the time and the effort. Anything that betters you is worth the time and the effort. He says, if nothing else, say it again, it's worth the time and the effort as far as meeting new people, meeting different people along the process of this, the new experiences that he says it's more about the life lessons you're going to learn in the process of learning the book stuff or whatever it is. He says, pay attention to the life things that happen while you're doing the book learning part, even if it's not a book, if it's online, doesn't matter. While you're getting your education online, in a book, whatever, from a school, whatever it is, he says, pay more attention to the life lessons that you're going to learn around you. He says, we study so hard in books, we don't pay attention to the other students in the classroom or the teacher, or somebody shows you something new in the classroom, even if you're not in a classroom, however it fits you. He wants you to pay more attention to that than the book learning. But do that too, of course. He says it's more about where this path is going to lead you, as far as, say it again, your soul's growth, your wisdom. And he's showing like a light bulb, and he's pulling the string. It's going to turn on some kind of light for you in your life. And it may not be necessarily what you're learning in the book. It could be more the lessons you're going to learn because you're getting out and doing this. And I usually tell people, like, they'll say, well, I don't know, I kind of like to get this other job over here, but I don't know if I should. Unless it twists your gut and makes you hurt and you just really, and you pay attention to you have a psychic antenna. You have that gut. If it twists, sometimes it's just nerves. You'll know the difference. If it's just nerves and like, I'm just a little scared, to go out and do this new thing. Or if it twists your gut because it feels bad. And I really don't like this. It feels bad. There's a difference. That's your little psychic antenna telling you if it feels bad. But where were we going with that? And blonde. Oh, but I always tell people, thanks. Remind me where I was. Go try that job. Unless it really feels like super ugly, because it may not be the job itself. It may be the love of your life that you meet, or it may be your new best friend that you're going to meet, or new experiences in your life that you're going to get. Opening a new window, somebody that's going to take you to the newer job that is going to be the dream that you've always wanted. It's not always, well, he's really into this. It's not always about what's going to happen. I'm just using job as an example because that's what he said. It's not always about getting a new job. It's about where those things around you you're going to meet. It's going to take you. It's going to show you something new, show you new experience. You might go to a new coffee shop with somebody from work. It's those things. Those types of things is what he's getting at. Those outside things that will be attached to what you're doing. He said your education is not a waste of time, but just be as much aware of the things around it as you are of the books, if that makes sense. He's showing you with binoculars again. You need to be able to see out there, see more than studying. He says he's not saying not to study, but be aware of the other stuff. Stupid phone keeps beeping. He's trying to open your eyes. He's trying to get you to see what your subconscious is not bringing up. I love these guys. They can see so much more, and they can see what is better for us, that things that we can't see because our eyes are covered a lot of times. He says, I love you very much, and I want the best for you, and I would not lead you down the wrong path. Just, and he's showing you poking your head up again, like it's kind of like you're in a hole in the ground. You poke your head, kind of like a groundhog, or a little groundhog poking his head up out of the hole and looking around, see if the coast is clear. But he's wanting you to laser your vision, he says. Laser your vision out there further. He says you will be very productive if you do that. And then he's going like this. He's got money in his hand, and he's going like this, and it's just going out there. So I'm not sure what that means, whether you're spending too much money, how that's associated with it, or you have to spend more to get where you're going. He said there is something new coming for you. Exciting new, not bad new. Oh, you got quiet. Hang on. Okay. For some reason, he's showing a snake. Now, he's showing one that's dark, and every so often it has kind of a lighter colored, almost a white ring around it. Excuse me. Don't know if this is the exact snake or if this is just a snake that he's showing me. So I don't know if you've recently found a snake, seen a snake, going to see a snake. I'm not sure if this is a warning. Well, he's just showing me a picture of a snake. Well, he's actually showing it moving. So, oh, lucky you, snake's going to be a sign from him. But they don't have to be real snakes. They can be snake on TV, can be snake on Facebook, can be walking through Walmart and see a picture of a snake or a toy snake or anything like that. It doesn't have to be a real snake. So don't freak out. Not yet, anyway. Or maybe one just scared you. I don't like that sign. He's laughing. Mate, oh, or is this a memory? Did you and him run into a snake, or you ran into a snake and he came and killed one for you, or something? I'm not sure where to take this one. I know that sounds a little vague. That's just the way it works. He's laughing though. So not in a mean way. My friend would say, that's mean. No, it's not. He's not being mean. So anyway, he says sometimes you get distracted. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing. Sometimes when your mind just gets on a subject or overworked or something, and you get this little distraction, like maybe even playing a game on your phone. That's okay for a little bit. Just so you don't get distracted for forever and not come back to what you need to do. That happens to everybody. Be kind to yourself. You are your most important commodity. You have to take care of you. You have to take care of your vessel. It's like I always tell people, this is our car down here on earth. Our soul, our spirit is in this, and this is what we drive around in. And the same soul and spirit leave the body here, and we go do our thing after we leave. It's still the same soul. Again, he says, be kind to your vessel, because it's the only thing that's going to drive you around. Love yourself first and foremost. And then I see the word ego, not in an ego way. He says, in a loving way, like you would do your best friend. Treat yourself like your best friend. What would you do for your best friend? Do that for yourself first. And he's saying it very softly, kind of. I'm trying to say it like he's saying it. My phone keeps buzzing, and it doesn't normally do that. So I don't know if you could hear it. It's laying on my glass table. Anything that happens during a reading is meant for you, and it just keeps doing it over and over and over, which it doesn't usually do. So know that bzz, 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 I don't know if you could hear it. That'll be another sign from him. You could hear it on TV. Like I said, you could hear it on the radio. Your radio might start doing it. You can be walking through Walmart and hear something go bzz, bzz. Some kind of a buzzing. It's doing it again. I don't think if I held it up there, you'd be able to hear it like I heard it laying on my glass table. Anyway, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more. But if you hear that bzz, pay attention. That's something to get your attention. Look around you, listen to the words on the radio at that exact moment, what's being said on the TV at that exact moment. If you're out in a store or something, look around. Just stop and look around. What is there that might remind you of him, or that you need to pay attention to? Or he's laughing. He says, or is there a snake on the ground? I don't know why he's laughing over the snake. I am watching out for you. Don't doubt me. I always watch out for you. I love you. You're more special than you know. He keeps saying Special K. Special K. Well, I guess your name does start with a K. That's Cereal Special K. That's what I thought he was talking about. And then I realized, no, your name starts with a K. He's calling you Special K. Okay, so he asked me to pull a release card, which they do sometimes. And this is what you need to let go of. Surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. They really are if you allow them to. You have free will choice. They cannot override that. I say this so many times because it's so true. I make all the dumb mistakes I want to, and they keep trying to push me in a certain direction. I keep telling them, no, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. They would not be pushing me that way if I wasn't ready, but I'm still refusing to budge. So they'll just stand there and wait till I feel like I'm ready, or they'll keep pushing me, or they'll make things happen and force me into it because it's what I'm supposed to do. So just surrender the worry, because you need to trust the process. So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can go look on YouTube and find meditation breathing. You don't have to meditate. I have trouble with it because I can't sit still long enough. My little squirrel brain's always working. But the breathing is the important part. Breathe in through the nose real slow and hold it for a second, then out through the mouth real slow. And do that like 3 times in a row if you get that anxiety build up. And it truly does help relax you. You don't have to do any other woo-woo stuff. So he says enjoy the process. I'm trying to get him to validate that it's him for sure. Maybe the snake is it. I don't know. I like them to validate themselves a couple times so you know for sure it's your loved one. Something about the shuffling of feet. Have you heard footsteps in your house, like somebody's kind of shuffling their feet, like not stepping, but just shuffling along? He says that's him. And do you also have a grandma that's gone? I feel like it's more like grandma. Like, you know how older people, yeah, I don't think it's your dad. He's there when that happens, but I feel more like it's a grandma, just kind of scooting her feet along. So anyway, and I should say grandma type figure. It doesn't have to be a blood grandma because the little lady next door can feel more like your grandmother than your blood grandmother that lives clear across the country that you talk to once a year. So anyway, when you hear that, validate them, acknowledge them, tell them you love them, and ask them to bring you more signs like that if you want them. Give them permission. Or tell them to stop if it bothers you. It's making me feel like I need a rock. Okay, I don't know how much you know about woo-woo stuff, but it's telling me to tell you to get a piece of rose quartz. You can go on YouTube for free, find out how to cleanse them. I put mine out on the full moon, leave that all night for the full moon. It cleanses them, and then bring them back in once a month. But anyway, rose quartz. That one's awful light. Yeah, this is a big one, but I got it really cheap. So anyway, little piece cost you $3, $4, $5 maybe, and just sometimes hold it. And my Reiki master teacher always tells me to hold it close to my heart. Rose quartz is for love. He says love for yourself. He says there's something you're holding on to that is maybe keeping you from loving yourself enough. Something that he says not, he's shaking his head, not really feeling guilty, but something that you're kind of down on yourself about. Something that he's hoping this rose quartz will help with. Again, that could be something that's down in there. You know, when I started doing this work several years ago, I thought I had taken care of all the bad things that happened to me when I was little. And I hadn't. I had stuffed them. I had stuffed them so far down that I thought they were gone because I didn't see them anymore. Didn't realize they kept poking their ugly little heads up. So when I started doing this work and had to start cleansing stuff out, oh my gosh, shit that happened to me when I was 5 years old. So I think The way he's leading me to believe is it's something that's buried. Something, again, in the subconscious. So those are the things we don't want to look at, but they don't go away until we make friends with them and give them some love and release them with love and let them go. So even though I thought, I'm Billy Badass, I conquered this shit, and not really. I didn't let it keep me down, but I hadn't conquered it, and look how old I am. So there's something he wants you to do with that rose quartz to love yourself more. He says it's not really about forgiving yourself because there's nothing to forgive. And dang it, I wish he would tell me, like, be a little more exact. It's something that's stopping you from loving yourself enough. But he's not acting like it's anybody around you doing it. It's something that's there, kind of like stuck in you, like stuck on you like a tack. It's kind of a weird way of putting it. And it's kind of like you need to pull the tack out and throw it away. Maybe if you just visualized, I don't know if you know how to visualize. I don't know what you know. That you have a tack stuck there, and just imagine that you're pulling this tack out, going, I love you, but I don't need you anymore. I don't need you. I'm past that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's showing it up here. So it's close to your heart area. So there we go back to the rose quartz. And watch yourself throw it in the trash can and put a lid on it. Then get your rose quartz and hold it there. I'm not into that kind of, I don't do a lot of healing stuff with crystals. I mean, I have them all over. I use them, but I don't even think you have to know exactly what it is. He's telling you, believe me, they can see things that you're just going to have to trust Dad. Trust him that this is what you need. He says it will help free you, Free. Sometimes teeth don't work so good. He said, let it go. Whatever it is, and it is none of my business. So probably whatever the first thing is that pops in your mind, that's probably it. I don't need to know the details. I just need to pass along what he wants you to know. He says, I love you. I want the best for you. And I'm going to make sure that you get the best in life. He's showing that donkey digging its heels in again. He said, as long as you don't do that, he says, I will help lead you to the best in life. Trust me. I will only do what's best for you. Yeah, he's kind of I don't think it's an actual song, but he's kind of singing. Be my Valentine, be my Valentine, be my It's July. It's July. Not sure why we're singing a sing-song and a Be My Valentine thing. I love you. But Daddy's going to leave, so he's not giving me a lot of validations that it's him, but he has. I guess he thinks you're just going to trust it. Okay, my dear. He's leaving. Talk to him. Ask him to help you with these things. Ask him and whoever this grandma is, grandma type figure shuffling through your house, ask them. Ask them to help you with these things. They'll open a door or bring somebody to you or show you some kind of thing that will help with those areas. Trust them. Okay, he's leaving. Much love you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Voice for your loved ones. Later.